Oh my god. I don't know how to not be awkward on camera. Hey everyone, my name's Cassidy and I am at Prairie Plant Mom on Instagram. If you found my channel, welcome. I am a new YouTuber. I have had my plant collection, like most people, pretty much explode during quarantine. So, one of the video ideas that I was given when I asked you guys on Instagram was to do a plant tour. So, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna show you my collection. So yeah, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I am going to be hopefully doing videos at least once a week, potentially more, and I am super open to doing whatever you guys are interested in, so please leave a comment down below with what kinds of videos you want to see. All right, and let's get into the tour. Okay, so starting in the bedroom, this is my main plant shelf area. I have like this dresser that I have some plants on, and then I put up a shelf. I keep just kind of random plants in here, honestly. Just whatever I feel like looks good. Got some Hoyas, CALATHEA, ALOCASIA. This is my Marble Queen Pothos. She's just loving life, putting out tons of new growth since I got her a few months ago. Love that for her. And here is my CALATHEA. I'll just turn her around here. CALATHEA FREDDIE, looking lush. And my ALOCASIA Purple Sword, kind of up there. Then we have my Philodendron MICANS. I got this from, oh crap, what's the place called? North Shore Tropicals in BC. I ordered it online. It was like one of the few plants that I've ordered online. And it's doing very well. Got some damaged leaves from the mail, but nothing too serious. I have a staghorn fern here that I just got recently. And I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I mount epiphytic plants. And so I'm going to be mounting this one soon, but I just have it in here temporarily. Here is Philodendron Jungle Boogie. I didn't know what this was when I got it, but I asked on Instagram and that was the ID that I got. So they look very different when they're more mature. This is obviously like a juvenile. And these you can't see any right now, but the new leaves, oh wait, is that one coming in? I can never tell with this plant, if it's, I think this is a new, I think this will be a new leaf. But anyway, they look like orange and they've got these spots on them. I'm not sure what, if that's sun stress. This one has it pretty heavily. And I don't know what that is. But alas, it's looking good anyway. Moving right along, my Hoya Hindu rope. One of the first Hoyas that I got. I just found it at Home Depot. And I love it. It's grown a little bit, not a ton, since I got it. Oh my gosh, you can see all the cat hairs. It's a struggle. Anyway, just ignore that. And then my adorable Hoya carrii variegata. Let's see if I can turn her around here. Yes. Very nice. This is another Marble Queen, Snow Queen, whatever you want to call it. This one I got as a bonus cutting when I bought some more rare pothos cuttings from a lady. She gave me that. And it has rooted and it's all potted up now. My little owl. And then this, oh my gosh, this is my DIEFFENBACHIA TIKI. I have posted about this on Instagram. I just cannot get over this variegation. It is so beautiful. It's like grayish, pale green, and then white flecks throughout, and then that dark green border. Oh my god. So yes, that one lives in my room right where I can see it all the time. I have a very sad, this was a cutting or a pup from my big Pilea peperomides. It's just it's lost some leaves. It's fallen down a couple times. It's not living its best life. Here we have a creeping fig. Ficus, I'm not going to be able to remember the name. Supposedly these are kind of hard to take care of. I don't know. I haven't had it for very long, but I also haven't really done much with it. And it seems okay. It did have, I think I might have underwatered it slightly at one point. I did pull off some crunchy leaves, but still doing okay. It's it looks okay. Okay, then we have my Monstera. So I have two Monstera deliciosa. This one in my room. This one doesn't get quite as much light as the other one, so most of the leaves are not very fenestrated. Like even some of the new ones that just came in have like no fenestrations, and I'm like, okay, ma'am, I don't know what the situation is. What, like, I know that they need light. I know that they need more light to become fenestrated, but I don't know, like it's right in the window. Like half the time it's just like smushed against the window, pressing up on it. Actually, that's a nice leaf. That leaf gets a pass. Yeah, so that's all for the shelves. And then up here, I just have a Sansevieria cylindrica with lovely brown tips. I feel like these get brown tips no matter what you do. It's got a bunch of little pups in there. I got this from IKEA. And then here is my variegated baby rubber tree, or Peperomia. What the heck is it? I'll insert the name. It's a type of Peperomia. And it's very pretty. I love the variegation on the leaves. That was another Home Depot find, I think, or maybe Canadian Tire. And then here we have one of my Hoya pubicalyx. This like runner it had sent out like broke, so I just kind of stuck it in the soil, and it hasn't died yet, so it might be rooting. I'm not sure. I'm not going to try to pull it out and see, but it's doing okay. I love the splash, the like silver splash on the leaves. Oh, if I can get it to focus. It's very pretty. I don't know like exactly what type this is. It was just sold to me on Kijiji as a pubicalyx, but very cute. And then up here is my little air plant terrarium. My boyfriend got this for me last Christmas, and it had a different air plant in it originally, and I didn't like I didn't exactly take care of it, so that died, and I recently got this new one to replace it. It's just a Tillandsia. Not sure exactly what kind. And now I am a much more responsible plant parent, and I water it by soaking it, so once a week. It's happy. So this is Dracena Janet Craig. Get my coffee out of the way. This sits on my desk, and these are excellent low light plants. They really don't need much in terms of light, so which is awesome. Just kind of chills there. I got this actually in the discount section at a local greenhouse. I mean, you can see like there's some damage on the leaves. I'm pretty sure she had spider mites when I brought her home. I call her a her because it's a Janet Craig. I don't know. I like weirdly gender my plants. I don't know why. You know that thing, what's it called? Where you like see things as like different colors in your mind, like letters are colors. I feel like I have that, but with plants and gender, and it's probably not good because I don't like, they're plants. Like, what's wrong with me? Anyway, but I do it. It's fine. And then I just have a little bird's nest snake plant. I also got this one, so I briefly sold some vermicomposting kits online, and the girl who I sold one of them to gave me this when she came to pick it up, and I've got it in this gorgeous like vase, and it's kind of like a triple layer. It's like in a nursery pot, in a cache pot, in this vase. So I water it very sparingly because it's also like far away from the window. It doesn't get much light, so it doesn't need much water in this in this setup. Okay, and then over here, this is like my dresser. So I didn't like think that I could keep plants over here, and then I kind of did this whole like little grow light setup. I don't know how effective it is. It's technically an aquarium light, and like as you can see, this poor Miranda is kind of riding the struggle bus. So I don't know. But anyway, so I have this Pearls and Jade pothos over here, and this one's actually been doing fine. I haven't seen a lot of new growth, but you know, it's doing its best. I feel like I'm saying that about a lot of my plants. They're doing their best. And then this is my CALATHEA medallion. Just ignore that. Actually, I might even pull. I cannot abide a yellow crunchy leaf. It just annoys the shit out of me, so a lot of the time I'll just pull them off. That one doesn't want to come. That's probably for the best. I should probably just leave it. But yeah, this was also like a discount plant. I got it at the Enjoy Center in St. Albert. If you're an Edmonton local, you'll probably have heard they did a grand reopening like a month ago. So I got this guy on discount because it was looking a little sad, and it hasn't really improved since I got it, but Calatheas just kind of be like that. And then I'll pull my Maranta out so you can see. Oh, it's got another yellowing leaf. I probably should move this, honestly. Like, I don't think it likes it where I have it here. Like, I don't know. It's also like, of course the vent would turn on. It's like under a heat vent, which I know you're not supposed to put plants directly under vents, especially like prayer plants. I need to rethink this setup. Like, if I'm being honest, this is not the thrivingest conditions, but it's okay for now. Okay, so we're in the like main room of the basement. There's only one window in here, and so of course I've stuffed it full of plants. So I've got one of my peperomias here. It's doing well. Actually, it's like really just exploded since I got it. Like, putting out so many vines. And then my golden pothos, aka devil's ivy. Yeah, it's okay. Like, I have taken a few cuttings off of it. You know, it's like right in the window. It's getting quite a bit of light. This is an eastern window, so it's like fine for pothos. It's probably in too big of a pot. I did this thing right when I started getting into houseplants where I would repot them as soon as I brought them home, and usually into like way too big of a pot. And with like outdoor potting soil, it was it was a bad time. Luckily, pothos are pretty forgiving, so this one's been doing okay. Another peperomia, which has also just exploded with growth since I got it. Man, of course, like right when I go to film this, I start blanking on all the names. Love that for me. And then I've got Peperomia graveolens. That one I can always remember for some. Oh no, wait, is this graveolens? Oh my god, I'm like this is bad. I swear I know what plants I have, but this is a happy bean peperomia, and it is quite a happy bean, I must say. And this like cover pot thing, I literally got this at the dollar store, so it's obviously like in its nursery pot. Like, this thing started getting moldy on the bottom. Oh my god, it's just like dropping leaves. Yeah, it started growing some mold on the bottom, so I don't exactly recommend doing this, especially if you don't let your plants like fully drain before you put them in the cover pot. That's my pro tip. And then I've got this neon pothos that I'm growing from cuttings from the mother plant, which is upstairs, you'll see later. Yeah, all these like more pale green leaves are new since it has been potted up, so I love how easy pothos are to propagate. Okay, so this is my unfortunately rather dusty peace lily. Oh god. I swear like I dust this once a month. I think it's just my bathroom is dusty because I have like the dryer in here and I do my makeup and it's like powdery. She is not flowering at the moment. I think she's flowered like twice since I got her, and then now she's just focusing on her foliage, and I love that journey for her. Okay, then at my plant stand here, I have this sort of sad Alocasia zebrina. When I got it, it had 3+ leaves, and now it's down to 1. I think also I fucked up with this pot because it's like a ceramic and it's like glazed on the inside, which is weird. Because like from the outside, it's like very porous looking, but then on the inside there's a glaze, so it doesn't drain very quickly, or it like doesn't dry out quickly, which is not ideal for an aroid, even though it has like a really well draining mix. I don't know, I'm like delaying checking it for root rot. If I don't see it, it doesn't exist, so we're just gonna go with that. And then one of my other snake plants, Sansevieria honeyi black star. Beautiful. I love the like dark green with the lighter border. Very pretty. And I just did a post on Instagram about this little pup. So cute. And then down at the bottom, my biggest ZZ plant. I put it down here because I wanted to make sure that whatever went on the bottom here was something that didn't need a lot of light. And ZZ plants are notoriously good low light plants, so it lives down here. Up on this shelf, I have a Christmas cactus, which is flowering, looking gorge. And then right beside it is my Hoya curtisii. Oh, one of my absolute favorite plants that I own. It is so cute. I love these like trailing leaves. They're so dainty. They're like little silver splash. Oh, like, come on. Who gave you permission? Okay, I'm gonna step on my toilet for this one so you can see what's on the shelf up here. So we'll start over with the watermelon peperomia, which is doing very well, especially since I repotted it. It was in a ceramic pot and it was just never drying out. And like peperomia don't love to be wet, so I repotted it into a smaller terracotta. It was also one of those victims of like plants I didn't know what to do with when I first got, and yeah, and it's put out like a ton of flower spikes since I repotted it actually, so it's a good sign. This one I believe is a peperomia frost. It did not come with an ID, as many plants don't when you buy them. I'm assuming that's what it is. It's very cute. I love it. Another Hoya pubicalyx. This one has a long intact runner. Just in case you didn't know, these runners will eventually sprout leaves. So if you have a Hoya and it's putting these long runners out, do not cut them off. They will turn into vines for you. So, and then this is my CALATHEA, my rattlesnake CALATHEA. It went through a bit of trauma on its journey to my house. Got it from my friend Tyrell, and it was a trade for something else, and he like biked it over here, and some of the leaves did have a bit of an accident. Despite that, it's actually doing really well, and it has not, like, even the leaves that are split are like, they're doing okay. Just lives in my bathroom. I got these like umbra little planter things for Christmas last year, and proceeded to put succulents in them, which may not have been the best of plans. I've got a string of pearls, which is like mostly dead on the top, but has given me some cute little trailing vines, and then just this random succulent, which I don't know, neither of these are like thriving, but also neither of them are dead, so I've just kind of left them there. They're fine. Okay, so over here is my bird's nest fern, and this is an example of a plant that I've mounted, and it's like really taken off actually since I mounted it. It's just on cork bark and it's like wrapped in moss. So yeah, definitely look out for my tutorial on mounting because the ferns seem to love it. I got this like hanging thing off Kijiji and just decided to hang it on the ceiling. I'll probably put some like other trailing plants. Right now it's got TRADESCANTIA in there. Those are actually like all cuttings that are sitting in cups of water. So they are like really easy to propagate, which is why. And plus my TRADESCANTIA was like exploding. So I chopped it. Okay, so up on the shelf, this is a Silvery Ann Scindapsus. It's rooted, it's potted up. I cannot wait until it grows because I've had it for a couple months, and like even this leaf is like, it came with it, you know, and it was never gonna really do much, so we'll see what happens. I got this really cool like propagation thing from a local flower shop actually, and I decided to stick some string of hearts cuttings in there. And then I have some heartleaf philodendron cuttings in this little vase thingy I got from Michael's. This is another neon pothos cutting propagation thingy that I did from my mother plant. I'm a bit worried because this pot, first of all, way too big. I think you'll sense a pattern here, and it has the wrong kind of soil. The soil in here is not very well draining, so it stays pretty wet, and I feel like it's just a matter of time before it gets root rot, so I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point. And then my third pubicalyx, I got all three at the same time. This one, I think, was the one that had a runner like right when I got it, so it's got quite a long runner on it, and it's started to slowly put some leaves out on it. Gorgeous. My Oxalis triangularis. Oh, I love this one. Honestly, she is so cute. So adorable. I feel like all my plants look so dirty and like on camera. I swear they don't look like this in person. It just picks up like every fleck of dust. Super annoying. Back here is a Korean rock fern, which is chronically underwatered, but I just can't be bothered. I don't know. I don't think I'm cut out for most ferns. I'm honestly surprised that this one has survived as long as it has because I've killed like 3 other ferns and I haven't owned that many, so it's a pretty high kill rate. It's doing okay. And then the last thing on this shelf is a ZZ plant. Just, you know, basic ZZ. Yet another peperomia. I recently posted this one on Instagram as well, and it's got like quite succulent leaves. I think like the most succulent leaves of any of my peperomia. They're very like stiff. I keep it in the southern window and it seems fine here. I've got a Hoya. I keep forgetting to look up if this is a, because it's a Hoya carnosa. I don't know if it's a tricolor, a crimson queen, or whatever the other kind is. It also seems like, oh, those don't look, I don't know if those are just new leaves or they don't seem very, I don't know. It's like, sometimes I'm like, do I have two different plants in here? Because they're like, there's these ones which are variegated, and then there's these ones which are just like regular. But then like, I don't know, no, because down the stem it's got some variegation like later on. It's so weird. I don't know. Is this like is this normal with Hoya carnosa? Let me know down below if you have a Hoya carnosa that does this, because what the heck. Okay, oh, the lighting is gonna get weird because I'm right in a window, but this is another baby rubber tree peperomia. This is one of the first peperomia that I got, and I think it is like, it made me fall in love with peperomia because it's just so happy. Like, I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like, it's growing so much, and it is just soaking up the rays in this southern window, and I barely have to water it. Love it. Okay, this is a weird one. So this was sold to me as a Hoya. I mean, just look at it, like the growth pattern. This is not a Hoya growth pattern. There's no like runner. The leaves are just coming out of this one central point. It looks like an orchid to me, honestly. And like, what is this? What are these? Are those roots? Is this like, is that a runner? I don't know. Is that gonna turn into a flower? Maybe. It's a mystery. If you have any input or ideas as to what this might be, please let me know. I'm very curious. All right, so here we can see my TRADESCANTIA ZEBRINA in all of its glory. It's an extremely messy looking plant, in my opinion. I don't love, like, the stems just kind of grow in all different directions and angles with no rhyme or reason, and it ends up just looking like very scattered. And I want it to trail nicely, and it kind of does. I don't know. I feel like it needs a hanging basket, which is, that's why I you know, did this whole thing. You can see the cups of water. But yeah. And then last in my bathroom is this ALOCASIA poly. I believe that's what it is. It wasn't labeled when I bought it, but I can't imagine what else it would be. It was a Home Depot find, and I love this thing. It looks like an alien. And I love the pattern on the back of the leaves too. It is so cool. One of my more unique looking plants. And the last thing I'll show you in the bathroom is I have some golden pothos propagations that I have in this like hanging thing in my shower. My goal is to get them to vine down so that they're like trailing down in the shower, and then I have that ultimate jungle vibe. So I've potted them in soil because I originally had just like filled this whole thing with water, which was okay, I guess. It didn't work very well. They just kept falling out, honestly, so I caved and I was like, okay, I'll just put them in the soil and see how it goes. Okay, so this is my kitchen plant shelf. Well, one of them. This is in the southern facing window. So you might hear from my roommate's cat throughout the video. He is a vocal fellow. Anyway, so up here I have my more fenestrated monstera. Clearly it is really loving the southern window light. Yeah, it's grown quite a lot since I got it. And then beside it, I just have a trailing PILODENDRON here. Looks kind of like mint, and I'm kind of sad that it's not. Okay, so up top, I have my jade plant. I actually legitimately tried to kill this plant. It belonged to my ex, and when we broke up, I just stuck this plant in like a dark corner, and I didn't water it for like a year. And you can kind of see the, like, I don't know, some of the older leaves are like darker, and it's from that time, but it obviously bounced back, and I've actually propagated it. So yeah, it's doing very well now. I have, oops, Ficus tiniki, which is an actual rubber tree. I got this from the little plant shop here in Edmonton, and these, like, it puts out like slightly reddish colored leaves, and then they fade to the like pale green color. Very cute. So I have an aloe up here. It is like getting pretty massive. It was a lot smaller when I had it in my bathroom, and then I moved it to the southern window and it has just exploded. Clearly enjoying the sun. Same with the snake plant. I had it like in my living room for like a year and it literally just did nothing. And ever since putting it over in this window, it's just been putting out so much growth, which is amazing. And then I have this starfish sansevieria. It's a fairly new plant for me, and I'm pretty sure it like has gotten, like, I'm pretty sure this was like maybe half the length when I got it. So yeah, guys, newsflash, plants like light. All right, so the next shelf down, I have a syngonium or arrowhead vine. It's probably a bit too bright for it over here, but I just have it here anyway. I like to torture my plants, I guess. No, but it's obviously like, it's doing fine. Stretching towards the light. I turn it like a little bit when I remember to. I have some propagations going on here. So this is an Enjoy Pothos. And as you can see, it's putting out some cute little leaves. I have my silver satin Scindapsus just rooting away. Well, I don't think it has any roots quite. Oh yeah, you can see where they're gonna come out anyway. And then I have another string of hearts rooting here. And this is my Cebu Blue Pothos cutting, and it has rooted, and it's even putting out a new leaf, although it seems to have been putting out a new leaf for like a month, and I think it just like stopped growing. I don't know if it got stuck or what happened. I was honestly very concerned because it came with 2 leaves and then one of them died, and paid a lot for it, so hopefully it does well. Behind it is my purple heart Tradescantia, which it was flowering. Oh yeah, the flower has since died, or I guess not died, but it did what flowers do. There was another flower on this side, but yeah, same thing. It's like gone now. They only last a few days, but I don't buy plants for the flowers anyway. And then I've got my rickrack cactus. I don't know if it's an actual cactus. I need to look up the care for it. I've just been like sort of treating it like a succulent, which I mean, I think that's what it is, but I don't know. But very funky, very cool plant. Giving me very much 70s vibes. Okay, so this is my big and beautiful Monstera adansonii. This was a Facebook Marketplace find, I believe, or a Kijiji find. I think I paid $80 for it. And it has vined quite a bit since I got it. It has some really big, beautiful leaves. And it's obviously loving the southern window. Like, this is one of the only spots in my house that I have something to hang a plant from. So I kind of stole this from my roommate to hang this plant in. And she didn't say anything, so I'm just gonna keep it there. I've been wrapping it around this like post. Although every time I take it down to water it, I have to like unravel it. I don't know why I do this to myself. Here's some cuttings from it that I'm just kind of popped into this. I went thrifting a little while ago and found so many of these like earthenware vases in like these sort of bluey colors, and I just love it. So those are propagating. I have a bunch of succulents that I'm trying to propagate. Some of them, like you can see, there's little babies coming off. This is a Manjula pothos that I am currently rooting. This came from the same person as the Cebu Blue. The first cutting that I got from her like died, but she was nice enough to give me a second one. So this is my CALATHEA repens, or a turtle vine. I underwatered it for like a few weeks, so there's a bunch of like crispy leaves. As you can maybe tell, I have more of a like hands-off approach with my plants. I am definitely not an overwaterer, so if anything, sometimes they get a bit of neglect. That's why I pick mostly like hardy houseplants that'll bounce back. Some more succulents propagating in here. This is, I got a few variegated Hoya compacta, and one of them I sold, one of them I gave away, and this was like the one that was left because it's quite pathetic. Lost almost all of its leaves in transit, but I've got it in a really nice sunny spot, so I'm hoping that eventually, once it gets warmer, maybe it'll start growing again. So over here, I have another pup from my Pilea peperomoides. This one's doing a bit better than the one in my bedroom. And then I have this succulent. I don't honestly know I don't know what any of my succulents are. I just kind of like grabbed random ones when I went to Home Depot one time. But this one, it started out like this big, like the top part here maybe, and then it just stretched. And now it's got all of these little bits coming off. They obviously are loving it here. This is my bobby pin plant. I think it might be dead. Oh, and then I keep like, every time I get green onions, I just try to regrow them because I'm not trying to buy green onions like every few days. So I just pop them in some water and they will regrow. And then this is, I think this is my Peperomia graveolens. I'm gonna have to double check, but this has gone through it. My like roommate's cat knocked all of these plants over the other day, and this one got knocked over. I think it lost a leaf, and then this one, I just sort of popped this one back in the pot. It doesn't even have roots. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that guy. Okay, so over to this west-facing window. I'm gonna have to close the blinds again. So over here, I've got a lipstick plant, and I think that the veining, or I guess it's just the variegation on this, is so cool. It's like little bolts of electricity, and then on the underside it's like reddish. Super cool. And my beloved string of hearts, which is trying to go into my kitchen sink. Trying but failing, because every time it gets close I just give it the old snip. In case you don't know, this is what scissors look like. Then I have my Hoya retusa in my very poorly made homemade macrame hanger. You can't see from the front, but I like fucked it up and had to add more rope. And like this part, I want it to be like long and hanging, but it's just like a little nub. I'm basically Martha Stewart. This is the lovely retusa. And I watched, I can't remember the name of the YouTuber, but I watched a video recently where this guy was like, at the very ends, they look like little Hoya carii. Let's see if I can show. Not really. Anyway, it's like little hearts at the end, which is very cute. And then it's got this like runner coming down, which kind of looks dead at the end. And then the Peperomia rubella. This hanging pot was also my roommate's, which I appropriated without asking. That one she actually did notice and she was like, what the heck? But I told her I didn't actually plant anything in it, and it's just kind of sitting in there. And word to the wise, ask your roommates before you use their shit. It's a good life lesson. Yeah, this is almost like a string of turtles in like the way that the leaves look, but they're a little bit less round. And then of course they're like red on the bottom. They kind of trail, but they also kind of just stick straight up. Cute. Then my silver satin pothos, which I chopped recently. You can see where I cut off there to propagate it. Yeah, it was growing like pretty well over the summer, and then I just decided to cut it off and propagate it so I can make it like a bit bushier. So we'll see how that goes. Then this is my baby tears pilea, and it's like, it's hard to see in this light, but like the leaves are kind of silvery, and then it's got like the red stem. And this thing has totally just blown up since I bought it, which is amazing. Getting up on my counter to show you my Hartley philodendron. This is the one that I have the cuttings of in my bathroom. And yeah, so you can also see where I chopped it here. Honestly, kind of regret chopping it because I really wanted this to trail down. I don't know why I did that. I want more philodendrons and I didn't want to have to buy one. So I played myself. Okay, so here we have my sort of kitchen little nook setup. Okay, so first on this shelf, another ZZ. I love ZZ plants. This one is putting out some new growth. Marvelous. My Pilea Moon Valley. And this picture was passed down to me from my late grandmother. She loved sunflowers. And I think this pot just looks so cute. And then we have a Brazil philodendron, a creepy pig statue, and my very sad polka dot begonia. This thing almost like completely died Luckily, it looks like it's bouncing back, but oh my god, it lost like 80% of its leaves. I had it in my room and it just did not like it. So I repotted it into some better draining soil. Apparently, like, overwatering is probably what the issue was, and like days after I got it, it started dropping leaves, so I think the previous owner was the culprit. But she's doing okay now. She's like stabilized, which is good. Okay, up here I have my curly whirly spider plant. I am not a fan of spider plants usually, but I don't mind the curly varieties. They're cute. And I have to keep it way up high so that the cats don't eat it. Spider plants are like a drug for cats. It's like catnip. They're mildly hallucinogenic. So if your cat is eating your spider plant, just put it up out of reach. And then we have my lovely, huge neon pothos. I've like got it going all across my kitchen. My goal is to have it like trail up and then go up over here. But yes, and I have it in this probably, again, too big pot. And it's a plastic pot. So I don't water this very much because I'm afraid of killing it. Then I have this little shelf with a few succulents. It's just got a couple of Haworthia and an aloe. And then here is my weeping fig, or Ficus benjamina. And this I basically revived from the dead. Like, this was another one that just did not like my bedroom. So I brought it upstairs and it's like more consistently warm up here. And yeah, it's put out quite a bit of new growth this summer, like all of these little more greenish colored leaves. And then I have Scindapsus pictus exotica, which was a cutting that I rooted. And I'm hoping it starts putting out some new growth someday soon. Okay, so my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, definitely one of my top 10 favorite plants. It originally, like, just these 3 like little bottom leaves were all that it had. I bought it as a cutting, an unrooted cutting, and then everything else it has pushed out in the last few months. And it is just growing and it's loving it. I have it in like a plastic cup at the moment just because I want to like see the roots progress. And then it's just like a little bit of sphagnum on top. Okay, so this plant. This is a ZZ Raven, and this plant has given me so much grief. I did not realize that it had root rot. It was potted in a plastic pot, which was my mistake, but it was like a small pot, like it was not bigger than this. It had 2 stalks originally, and one of them has sadly passed away. So now it just has this one, and I've potted it into terracotta, and I'm hoping that it will survive. Then we have my philodendron something or other. I don't exactly know. It's also very dusty. It's like a dark green philodendron. I don't know. It also had more leaves when I got it, and a lot of them had like this browning. So I got rid of all of the ones that I just didn't like. This is what's left. And then I have my Zeylanica snake plant. And all of these, like, probably saw earlier, have these grow lights over here. I don't know if they really strictly need them. Maybe the succulents do, but most of these plants get like fairly good light because it's just right across from this southern window and then this eastern window. Oh, I forgot the plants over here on the ledge. Okay, so this was a propagation from my larger jade plant. It was probably like the size of like this stalk, and it has grown so much since last summer. And I have this random cactus. I have no idea what kind it is. I don't even think it was originally mine. I think someone left this here. And then just another Haworthia, which I got at a garage sale, and it has stayed the same size ever since. And just quickly up on my fridge, I have a Dracaena marginata, or a dragon tree from IKEA, and a jade pothos. It was obviously like stretching the other direction towards the light, so I turned it the last time I watered it. I don't know if that's strictly necessary, but that's what I do. So the last place that I have plants is here in the living room. I don't have that many here because it's on the north side of the house, and also I mostly live in the basement, so. Okay, so over here we have a lovely philodendron Birkin. I honestly adore this plant. It's put out this new leaf, which has like a spot of variegation, and then the rest is like green. I don't know if it's gonna turn variegated later on or what the deal is, but like, look at this leaf. Oh my gosh. Stunning. And then my Pilea peperomoides, or money plant. I honestly don't know how this guy's doing. Like, oh, there's a dead leaf. Oh god, it's losing leaves. I can't tell if it wants more light or like more water or less water, but I don't know, it's Is it just like, is it supposed to lose leaves like that? All of these lower ones just keep falling off. I don't know. I tend to think it's just like part of the process. I don't know. This is not mine, but this is like my roommate's Hoya, just sitting in this vase. There's its cousin dead. Oh, there's like one tiny little leaf surviving halfway down. Life finds a way. And then there is a TRADESCANTIA ZEBRINA, also my roommate's. I think she said she got it as a gift from someone from her work, and then she like forgot that it was hers. I have like found it multiple times on this mantle with just like this cup tipped over and no water in it. It's pretty resilient. This is my other roommate's money tree, and it looks a lot better than mine. I don't know if that's saying much though, because this one still has like 2 dead stalks, but it's like nice and tall and like linear and pretty. I don't know, I like it. And then over here I have a PEPEROMIA caparata red ripple, or I don't know if this is a red ripple or some sort of other burgundy. It's like hard to see in this lighting, but it does have more of a burgundy undertone to it. And this one is another one that I have underwatered and has bounced back. God bless plants like that, honestly. And then up here I just have a golden pothos propagation that I made from my big plant downstairs. And as you can see, it's putting out new leaves. So cute. And last but not least, my money tree. This is in a north-facing window. It seems like every time it grows a new like little branch, it loses the bottom one. I don't know, man. I'm not like that big on money trees, but we have it. It's here. So that concludes the plant tour. That's basically my entire collection. I think it is my entire collection. I don't think I missed anything. Editing Cassidy here. Unfortunately, I did miss something. In fact, I missed the most expensive and rare plant in my collection. Don't know how I did that. It's my Monstera constellation. It's just a seedling. I'm inserting some pictures here so you can see. I got it from Montreal. I got it mailed to me, and it is lovely. I'm thinking about selling it though, because I honestly should not have spent that much money on a plant. Anyway, back to the outro. Yeah, so like I said, please leave me a comment down below and let me know what kind of videos you want to see. I am very interested to know. I will be doing, as I said, a tutorial on how to mount epiphytic plants with my staghorn fern. So that will be coming probably next week. Depends how quickly I master this like video editing thing. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would so appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one. Bye guys!